Hello students, welcome to Biology Bites. Let's simplify biology. Myself Sadhna Vajpayee and today we will discuss about the topic respiration, which is one of the topic of chapter life processes. Now let us know what is respiration. Respiration, it is a process which generates energy. Respiration is a process which generate energy. Whatever the food we are eating, process of generating energy. Whatever the food we are consuming, that will have to be broken down. And the process by which that food is broken down, this process is called respiration. And respiration takes place in each and every cell. That is called cellular respiration. Now, after respiration process, what will be the product? The product will be ATP, which is also known as adenosine triphosphate. And this is actually the energy currency of human being. Okay. And the currency is human being. Let us write down in an equation form. The food which we are eating, it should be broken down with the help of oxygen. So that's why we are inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. Means हम लोग सांस जब लेते हैं तो ऑक्सीजन लेते हैं और जब बाहर छोड़ते हैं तो वो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड उसमें का क्वांटिटी ज्यादा होता है. So what will be the byproduct? Water as well as carbon dioxide and of course the energy. Clear? So this is the normal equation. Especially the food is glucose. The glucose will be divided or broken down with the help of oxygen, and there is a release of water, carbon dioxide and ATP. This is the normal equation for respiration. Respiration is an exothermic process. Exothermic process means heat energy will release. Exothermic process means heat will be released during the respiration process, and it is a oxidation process. Oxidation process means where oxygen is needed or oxygen is involved. Clear? And the energy, where it will be stored? It will be stored inside the mitochondria. Okay. Now, what are the various types of respiration? The various types of respiration are aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic and anaerobic. What is the basic difference? In aerobic respiration, oxygen is needed or oxygen is present, or in presence of oxygen, if the respiration takes place, it is known as aerobic respiration. And if the respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen, then it is known as anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration is the general respiration which is seen in all the living organisms. But the anaerobic respiration, it takes place in a limited animal. It will either takes place in few anaerobic bacteria or yeast, or basically in yeast, this anaerobic respiration takes place. In aerobic respiration, the amount of energy released or the ATP released or the formation is 38 ATP. While in anaerobic respiration, only 2 ATP will be released. This is the basic difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. And of course, carbon dioxide will be the byproduct. That will not be the similar difference. So carbon dioxide will be released as a byproduct in both the type of respiration. Now, let us move to the next topic. What is respiratory quotient? It is represented by RQ. So, RQ is represented by the volume of carbon dioxide it released or evolved. Volume of carbon dioxide evolved. Evolved means released and divided by volume of oxygen consumed. Volume of oxygen absorbed or consumed. And each and every food material, the release of carbon dioxide will be different. When you will put the value of volume of carbon dioxide evolved and volume of oxygen observed or absorb, then you will get the RQ value, means the amount of energy generated from that food material. Now let us talk about fermentation. Fermentation, it is a type of anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration means where there is no involvement of oxygen. No oxygen is required. So in the absence of oxygen, when the respiration takes place, it is known as anaerobic respiration. The byproduct will be different, little bit different, like in the fermentation process or in anaerobic respiration, ethyl alcohol is also released with carbon dioxide, of course. So due to ethyl alcohol release, the yeast, which is the most important organism showing the anaerobic respiration, it is used in bakery industry because of high amount of carbon dioxide release and alcohol. So beverages industry, the organism used is yeast. Why? Because it shows anaerobic respiration, and as a result it will produce ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. Now let us discuss what will be the pathway of the glucose breakdown. The glucose, which is known as the molecule, 6 carbon molecule, which is the simplest carbohydrate. Glucose is the simplest carbohydrate. It, when it is divided or it will be broken down into first pyruvate inside the cytoplasm. When glucose is converted into pyruvate, that process is known as glycolysis. And this will be the first process of breaking down of the glucose. After that, if oxygen is present, less amount of oxygen is present, or if oxygen is not present, there are the 3 pathways. If oxygen is absent, there is no oxygen in the environment, then the reaction or the output will be ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. Of course, very less amount of energy will be released. If the oxygen will be less, especially inside the human muscles, which muscle? The skeletal muscles, then there is the formation of lactic acid, and the amount of energy released will be very less. So due to this lactic acid, there will be a pain or cramp in the body. Okay, and if oxygen is present, then the output will be carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. In mitochondria, actually, the ATP is synthesized and stored. So the first process, as I told you, it is glycolysis. When pyruvate enter inside the mitochondria, then other cycle will be performed. Other reaction will be done. As a result, formation of carbon dioxide, water, and energy will be there. And that cycle is known as Krebs cycle. That we will discuss later on. So basically, glycolysis is the common process, the first process which takes place inside the cytoplasm. As we know, inside the cytoplasm, various organelles are there, and when this pyruvate enter inside the mitochondria, then the next cycle, it will be the pyruvate is further divided into carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Now, let us discuss with the next topic. Like respiration, it takes place inside the animal. All the animals are doing the respiration because they cannot do photosynthesis. Means they all the living organism need what? They will take in oxygen from the atmosphere and release carbon dioxide. This is the process actually known as respiration in normal term. And when this oxygen enter inside the body, then what will happen? The oxygen will break down the glucose into your energy units, water will be there, and the byproduct, the main byproduct will be carbon dioxide. Each and every organism will have a special organ in them with the help of which they can do respiration, like aquatic organism. Let us talk about the fish. Fish is the best example for the aquatic animal. Fish, what is the organ they are using? They are using the gills. Gills are present with the help of which they can do respiration. And the respiration rate is very high in fishes. Why? Because the amount of dissolved oxygen inside the water is very less. The amount of the oxygen which is dissolved in water, it is less. Dissolved oxygen in water is very less. As a result of which, the respiration rate in fishes will be very high. If we will talk about the unicellular organism, the best example of unicellular organism is amoeba. So amoeba, how it will do respiration? They don't have any proper organ. Through diffusion process, means the concentration of gases, if suppose oxygen is a more high concentrated outside, then it will start diffusing inside it. And the carbon dioxide, its quantity will be more, and then it will start, the diffusion will be outside. So simple you can say, through diffusion, the unicellular organism do respiration. If we will talk about the various other terrestrial organisms, means that animals which are living on the land, like if you will talk about the frog. The frog, it is having two organs for respiration. When they are on land, they are using lungs for the respiration. While when they are inside the water, they are amphibian. Amphibian means they can survive in two environments. When they will go inside the water, they will respire through their skin when they are inside the water. If we will talk about like earthworm, earthworm is also doing respiration with their skin. When the respiration takes place with the help of skin or moist skin, vascularized means lot of blood vessels are there. So that is known as cutaneous respiration. That is known as what? Cutaneous respiration. Now, if we will talk about the insect, all the insect, they are having holes on the body, which through they are known as spiracles. And Through these spiracles, the oxygen will enter inside the body, and after that, it will travel in the whole body. They are having the tracheal system. Okay, now let us discuss about the respiratory organs of human being. So this how we will take inside the oxygen through nose. We can take it the oxygen through mouth also, but it is not a good idea. Why? Because when we breathe through nose, then nose will trap all the dust particle, and microbes are also trapped in the mucus inside the nose. The mucus is present, which is a sticky substance, and the hairs, they are actually maintaining the temperature of the atmospheric oxygen to the body. That's why nose is providing a vital role for the respiration. Mouth, through mouth also during emergency time, and suppose when we are doing lot of exercise, तब क्या मुंह खोल के सांस लेने लगते हैं. That time in emergency, your body demands for more oxygen, so your two organs will do the inhalation process. Means they will take in oxygen. Your body will start taking oxygen through your mouth also. But mouth is basically not considered as a part of respiration. Then you are having larynx. Larynx, it is a, you can say, voice box. Then we are having trachea. So trachea, which in your lower classes you might have learned as windpipe, but now you are in a higher class, you should know that what is the other term. The windpipe, which was earlier, in your lower classes, windpipe. So this is the pipe, or this is the tube-like structure which further conducts the air from nose to the lungs. It is only a pathway, and this trachea is covered with a cartilage. Why? It will, because of the presence of cartilage, if there is no oxygen, no gases are there, the trachea will not get collapse. Yeah. After that, the windpipe or trachea is divided into two parts. That is known as your bronchi or bronchiole. That is known as bronchi. Bronchi is plural, bronchus is singular. And then that is further divided into again branched form, and they are known as bronchioles. Now, how many lungs we are having? Like it is the larynx, it is also known as voice box. Now lungs, how many lungs we are having? They are the muscular organ where actually the main exchange of gases takes place. Inside the lungs, we are having some balloon-like structure. Air sacs are there. They are filled with air, and they are known as alveoli. Millions of alveoli are there inside each and every lungs. And these alveoli, they are having very thin membrane. And due to that, oxygen will enter inside and carbon dioxide move outside by the process known as diffusion. Diffusion means जहां पर diffusion process क्या होता है? जहां पर ज्यादा किसी चीज का concentration होता है, वो कम की तरफ जाता है. It is a natural phenomenon. Now, let us talk about our next thing, that is respiration takes place in plants also. Respiration is there in plants during night time, basically. During daytime, plant will perform which process? Plant will perform photosynthesis. So what is photosynthesis? In which they will take in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and they will release oxygen. That process takes place during daytime, but during night time the reverse process will be there. That is known as respiration. Means whatever the food they have prepared during the daytime, it will be broken down with the help of oxygen, and they will also release carbon dioxide, and that takes place during the night time. So it is not a good idea to sleep under the tree during the night time. Now these small tiny structures, they are present inside the leaf, and these tiny structures are known as what? They are known as stomata. Stomata, as we have discussed in photosynthesis process also, each stomata consists of two kidney-shaped cells. It is known as guard cells. And these guard cells, they will have a property of closing and opening. The amount of water inside the guard cell will regulate the opening and closing of the stoma. Stoma means this is the opening. So actually this is the open stomata and this is the closed stomata. And these are what? They are known as epidermal cell. But what about the bark? When the stem will become brown, then the plant will also again breathe, and the structure which are present in the brown part, they are known as lenticels. So the bark or the brown part of the leaf, as you can see in the figure, the brown part, they also do the respiration through the structure known as lenticels. Okay, now let us discuss about the mechanism. होता क्या है, जब आप सांस लेते हो तब आपका क्या है, सारा का सारा लंग्स जो है वो साइज में बड़ा कर हो जाता है. कैसे बड़ा हो जाता है? Actually one layer, we are having one muscular layer, it is known as diaphragm. That diaphragm will actually move up and down during intake of oxygen. That process is known as inspiration. And when the oxygen, when we are removing out the carbon dioxide from the body, that process is known as expiration. So this diaphragm will move downward, and this rib cage will also move outward, so that the lungs will increase in size. Maximum amount of oxygen can be filled, so during inspiration the diaphragm will moves down and the rib cage, it will move outward, so that maximum amount of oxygen can be accommodated by the lungs. But during the expiration process, what will happen? This diaphragm will move upward. You can see as in the figure, the diaphragm, which is a muscular layer which divides the upper portion. This is also known as thoracic cavity. Where the lungs are present, that cavity is known as thoracic cavity. And below the diaphragm, the cavity which is present, that is known as abdominal cavity. So between these two cavity, abdominal cavity. So both the cavity are separated by the diaphragm. So you can see the diaphragm, it will move upward, and the rib cage, it will move inward. Inward means under taraf, so that lot of pressure will be created for removing of the carbon dioxide from the body. है ना, किसी चीज को दबाओगे बहुत तेज तभी तो उसमें से लाइक ना, सिंपल टेक अ सिंपल बलून को आप जितना तेज से दबाओगे उतनी ही जल्दी से उसमें से उसके अंदर की जो हवा है बाहर निकलती. तो इन द सेम वे डायफ्राम आल्सो ट्राई टू जस्ट प्रेशराइज और उसको दबाता है, और जो आपकी जो रिब केज है दैट विल आल्सो ट्राइंग टू जस्ट प्रेशराइज the lungs. So this is the inspiration and expiration process. So students, that's all for today. Please like, subscribe and share the channel and stay tuned for further updates. Thank you.